Let's talk about orbs. ORBS, orbs. So for people who do ghost investigations, paranormal investigations, one of the questions I get a lot from them is, are these, on the camera, are these orbs? Is this dust? What is this? How can I tell if it's an orb? So we'll start there, and then we'll kind of expand on it. Orbs, true orbs, are lit from within. They don't reflect light, they are light. And they can be different color lights, and you can see sometimes faces in them, one or more faces inside the orb. Dust, pollen, and all that reflects light back. There is no essence of intelligence and being in dust and pollen. But orbs do have a sense of intelligence and beingness. There was a beautiful lady that I knew that she could go out in her backyard at night and just say, "Orbs, come to me." And you would see them just flock to her. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I don't recommend it unless you know what you're doing, but it's beautiful to see. Now, orbs are usually spherical, and it is the preferred way of moving about because it expends the least amount of energy. An orb can be a ghosty, which is an earthbound. It could be a spirit who has crossed over. But there's others. So let's take a look at that. So people with dementia or in a coma often pop out of their bodies and they're traveling. And what's the preferred way of traveling? Spherical orbs, compact energy. But wait, there's more. There are non-human, though I'm sure now humans might have it as well, non-human orb drones. These are usually bigger. I've seen them as small as like a football. Actually, I've seen them a little smaller too. They have a distant intelligence. By that, I mean the orb itself is not intelligent. There's not intelligence in there, but it is directed by intelligence. So it's kind of like I can see the orb and I can see a cord leading away from it, which means somebody's directing it or like remote controlling it. And for some people, it can instigate fear. And when it instigates fear in you, there's a change in the orb drone. The orb drone responds to our energy, our emotions. So if you respond negatively, it's going to have a negative response. And I don't mean it's going to attack you. I mean, you're just going to feel more fear because it's projecting it back to you. It's like, oh, that's what you're putting out. Here it is. There's more. Those kind of encounters I haven't heard too much about. They are normally larger and in the sky for the remote drones in the orb fashion. Now, but wait, there's still more. So I think I might have touched on this before. When I was younger, I worked with a lot of parents who had nonverbal communicative autistic children. I would work with them to help them understand and interpret energy, work on telepathy, whatever ways they can use, for communicating and understanding the communication from the child. Having said that, A lot of parents already knew what the child was communicating through their interactions with them. So I learned from the nonverbal communicative autistic community, they're out of their bodies a lot, because everything's so heightened. They have trouble regulating. I'm not a doctor or a psychologist or anything. I'm telling you from my perspective of energy interpretation. They have trouble with the world. It's too much. They can't regulate it. So they pop out of their bodies. Now, when they pop out of their bodies, they travel in the most compact form called orbs. And one child was able to explain to me that the autistic community that does travel calls me the blue lady. Because that's how they see my energy when they're out and about. So mom and dad could be the pink mom and the yellow dad, whatever. They go by the colors that you are emitting, your soul colors. So I'm known as the blue lady. And they recognize my energy. And when I'm out of my body traveling, they recognize my energy there too. So far, with my understanding right now, these are all fashions or aspects or different types of orbs that we can encounter. Ghosties being the lowest vibration one, because they're still in 3D duality, not necessarily 3D, but duality energy. So they're humans without a body. So they'll have the lowest vibration. There you have it. My interpretation of orbs in various manners. Thanks.